What's going on? What's going on? Hey, I've been late on various occasions. Hey, I apologize for that. I know people got things to do. Like, Rick, I was planning on you coming on the time that you said, but I'm finally on, and hopefully, you get the notifications that it's actually live, and you don't have to wait no longer. And Street Rich, I see you up in here early, even before the live got started. I appreciate the likes already, even though, I haven't even spoke on anything. But the topic tonight is critical thinking is king. You know, just you got to dive into deeper thought when it comes to a lot of things. What's going on, Malik? Ain't heard from you in a minute. I'm glad you done chimed in. I'm glad that matter of fact, what you had to say when you did call in, you had some good points that you had to offer, and I appreciate that. I'm glad that you found your way back up in here. Hopefully you've been catching the replays. Hopefully everything been fine in Philly. Now who else is all out there? I know there's a couple people that's out there. Hopefully we can get a good dialogue on this particular topic. And as always, I always appreciate them likes. Oh, you said them Eagles is getting on your nerves. Things ain't going accordingly. Or people being rowdy, rowdy, body, body. Let's see. Yeah, I just I guess I won't really tear into the topic till hopefully some more people come up in here. And I will be posting the hotline number, so if anyone that actually wants to call in, we could do it like that as well. It's always good when we have the call-ins because we get to hear all different points of view, from different brothers and sisters checking in from different parts of the country. I know a lot of times people don't think it really means anything. Like, yeah, we all brothers, but in different areas and different regions, we're going through different things. So it's kind of good to put each other each other up on different things that they may not be reporting, in the local media and mass media to inform our brothers and sisters upon. Yeah, because that topic can actually apply to a lot of things within life. A lot of people want to be like, game, it's game. No, it's life. We got to tackle life topics. Matter of fact, the life we live, critical thinking. You have to implement it. You can't be lazy. You can't leave it to someone else. You can't leave your thinking up to someone else. That's what they want you to do, but then it doesn't benefit you once you let them, have their way with, things that pertain to your life, to your living, to your standards. We all have to sometimes it's hard, sometimes it's frustrating, sometimes you don't want to do it. There's a lot of things you want to kick back and just have it served to you on automatic status, but that's really reserved to if you got a real down woman in your corner, or I guess you could say when you were a little kid, your parents was kind of, doing things for you. But once you become a man, once you become a woman, you know, you got to take account for the things that you want to make happen within your life. You have to make it happen. No one else. You can't leave it up to anybody else. And even though I said, you have a down woman, they only can do so much. Some of the onus, a lot of the onus is on yourself, you know. So don't get too relaxed with that particular situation. Oh, my woman to do that, or female like my man to do that. No, some of the onus is on you. Yes, when you're in a relationship, you're operating as a collective, but you can't just put it all the burden on all on one person's back. You can't do that. A lot of people have tried, and you see how it actually comes out for them. It's not too great. You always got that homeboy, or she always has that homegirl that's like, yeah, this is going on. I'm thinking about breaking away from this person because they're not doing nothing at all. They're expecting me to do everything, and I'm fed up with it. I don't met someone that he's pulling his weight, and I could see pulling my weight with him. Yeah, master manipulators. There's definitely master manipulators out here, and I look at it like this: brothers and sisters see it, first right, coming up. If you done came up in the streets, not the sidewalk, the streets, because people that are living on the sidewalk, they don't see things the way that people that are actually down and dirty in the streets every day, seeing someone trying to run con so, they could get their next meal. Because a lot of people out here are hand to mouth. So, you know, they got to talk a fast con, a fast game, something real slick, something real enticing to you. Think about it like this: when you have people talking real slick and real fast and nonstop without breaks, they're trying to play to really they're stroking your ego with things that you like to hear. So once that happens, it's like from a con man, from a shyster's aspect, it's like I got them. So now I just got to drop what I really want out of them, and hopefully they bite. It's like casting the bait on the hook and you're throwing it out there and you're casting it, and the fish and all that see, ooh, I ain't ate all day. Instead of really going hunting for mine, they just see something on this little shiny hook, like, man, I could peel that off. I mean, I done seen people get knocked off by biting that shiny hook, but you know what? I got a different strategy. No, it always comes out the same. That you go to bite that the fish goes to bite that hook. It comes up through their upper, and they get pulled out of water and they end up being someone's meal. So essentially, that happens with once you put your money down on something that is seemingly too good to be true. Your first mind is telling you like, no, this is too good to be true. But your second mind is like, you know what? I think this might turn out, and then you end up putting your money down on it, and then you don't get no guarantees. Think about it, this life ain't got no guarantees, so that means you have to think critically. What's going on, James? What's up with it? Yeah, the underground definitely goes deep. You said Freeman here for the knowledge. Hey, we all have some type of knowledge to impart with each other. So I say it like this: everybody that's in the actual chat, I'll throw up the number. I know, James knows it offhand, but let's get a conversation because you figure we all got different stories. We all done seen different things. We all can relate from different aspects. So with that being said, I think it resonates more once we can get a back and forth. I mean, I know some people just like to kick back and, oh, well, Reach, running down different points, and I'm feeling that, but actual interaction between each other is even better because it's like, oh, I didn't see it like that. You're coming from this aspect. You may be this age. You may have some insight that maybe even an older brother hasn't even kind of entertained. So this is how we continue to learn, continue to sharpen our mindset, our mind skills, our way, our cognitive thinking. Now let me go ahead and throw up that number. Let me see. I'm still here. I'm just typing in the hotline number so we can get a conversation going. There you have it. Okay, you said you lost your headphones. Oh, okay, James. That's cool. That's cool. But other than that, hopefully, like I said, we got some of the regulars coming in. We got some of the people that ain't been in a while. Hopefully some newbies drop in. That's what's that's what it's about. Some interaction. Basically weighing in on this topic because you have to use your critical thinking skills every day. A lot of people think, oh, I could just coast through a day without doing it. Think about once you wake up. You get them updates on your phone. You gotta, okay, maybe I'll participate in that. Oh, this person wants this. What they want from me about this? Okay, these people, trying to get at me on this particular deal. I'm trying to, start this business. Oh, I need to go here and sign these papers to make this happen. Oh, I do have to pick up that kind. I mean, you got so many things you have to think about and set into motion. So it's essentially like which ones do I pursue, which ones do I put on the back burner, which ones do I, essentially sever connections with. So yeah, it's just different things we have to do. Even thinking about even critical thinking skills when it comes to if you're in a relationship. It's certain things if you say to your significant other, you might trigger something where they start thinking in a way where you damn near the rest of the night you're gonna be going into a tailspin about something that if you put some more a better thought into it, it may not have went that direction. But then again, a lot of times, if people are gonna have attitudes or something like that, it's no kind of real smooth way to get up out of it. You just gotta face it head on and deal with the situation at hand, and hopefully, the altercation doesn't turn into a physical one. You want to beat someone up out your jaw versus with your fist, or if you're into martial arts and doing a head button or something like that. It really ain't martial arts. That's bar brawl type things. But yeah, it's usually you got to be real clever with your words when it comes to certain kind of arguments, especially within this day and age. There's so many things that people know they can say to trigger you. Like, okay, I'll say this about this person. I know this is a sore spot. They'll get to acting out once I say this and things like that. But as I always say too, if we make it to the 15-minute marker and we're really not really rolling with a particular topic, I'll cut it short. Like I said, I know I done came in a little late, and that's my fault. I was trying to do some updates on a couple of my computers, but I'm glad you came in. If you haven't caught any of the old live streams that damn near, because I be hearing people like, Reek, you went on for like 3 hours or 4 hours. So I know some of them you can't listen to in all one sitting. So you kind of go back and like, okay, I left off at this part. Let me pick up on this, see what was said in that. Most definitely, Antonio. Yeah, people play mind games all the time to see where you're gonna go. To me, it's like chess. Think about it. It's actually like chess. You throw out certain pieces to see how they're gonna react. So that's essentially people say certain words to see what type of reaction they're gonna get. They'll say okay, just like whatever it is where they're trying to get their way. Like, you know what, yeah, I was down on my luck. I ended up having to pay all these type of bills, and they just came out the blue. I'm gonna end up being late for this one thing. And if you're talking to a person that's a good-hearted person, they don't like hearing someone that they consider that may be a good confidant. Down and out. So they may be like, well, you know what, I'm gonna rearrange some things to try to make this happen for you. So this doesn't happen with you. And it's like essentially they're playing on your kindness, for weakness. But then you also have people that running that type of a mind game or trick on them won't work. So they'll use something else to try to pull them out of pocket, like something where they'll think it'll be more beneficial to them. Like, man, yeah, I just ran into this dude. He came up with all this type of stuff that I know, what you usually get, you could come up off of. And they're like, oh, really? I have been looking for that. Like, I'll check into it, but I might need a little couple of dollars, to run up here to, holler at him and things, because his phone ain't really on. Just something to get someone, to try to start breaking their bread. Little small things. Oh, I'll give you a couple bucks to run up there, and you, not you, but the person may already have a scam with the other person going on. Like, well, okay, well, I got this stuff, but it's really not working. But he won't know until after the fact. And really, where you meet me at, this is not where I really reside. So let's run a demo on them, and people do that too. So you just got to be mindful with the type of characters you're dealing with. When something sounds too good to be true, oftentimes it is. It's like, why put yourself out when you can actually think about it and research? If a person don't want you to research and they just want you, oh, let's just act fast. No, that's when they're trying to run some game on you. They're trying to get you out of your money. So you got to be more mindful within the endeavors that you participate within, or choose to participate, or choose to go forward with. Exactly. You said come with a pity party for help and act like they don't want, but the whole time they run a game. Right. I don't see, it's like you could kick back and you can see your own partners, or I won't even say your own partners, your own associates. Because usually if you see your partner running game on someone, 9 times out of 10, he probably done ran that same scam on you too. I don't seen people sell cars like that. Okay, say someone wants 8,000. They saying they want 8,000 for a car, but in actual reality, the people that's selling it, they may want, say, 2,000. So they're telling the other person, like, yeah, it's gonna be 8. And since it's gonna be 8, you know, um, I need my cut off it. So they're essentially charging you a finder's fee because you found a mark to bite on that type of number. But essentially they could even be playing that person too, because essentially say, okay, they say the car is 8. They can actually be saying that what the person wants can be a whole total different number, where they're even profiting even more. They're just telling you a certain number to get you to line up the mark to get that money coming in. I done seen that played out on various occasions too with cars. Much as I mess with cars, and people getting exorbitant amounts of money off a sale of another car that they ain't even had nothing to do with. All they did was find the person that's selling the car. Like, yeah, this person's selling this. You want this? Yeah, I'm gonna have to get my cut up off it. Because they really want one. They done got their tax returns or whatever, whatnot. They done came into some unexpected money. So yeah, you trying to off this thing? Let's make it happen. What's going on with you, Choice? And then he said, let me see. They try to talk faster than you think. Right, right. That's always a red flag when you're hearing someone talking nonstop, and it seems like it's too good to be true, and you start trying to slow them down. They start getting frustrated because it's like you're breaking them of their the spiel that they're running. It's like how some car salesmen used to get bag tags because oh, this car's great, yeah, little old lady had it, and yeah, she only drove it on Sundays, and they're running down the spiel, to try to get you like ooh overwhelmed with what they're saying, like ooh, the old lady done had it, ooh, they got some new tires on it, ooh, because you figure you got new tires on it, it may be hiding that it got a front end problem or something like that. So the person that ain't really up on what to look for new cars, they're not seeing that like, oh, they got new tires, that's good. No, it might be hiding that it got a alignment problem or some front end issues. Oh, the engine's real clean and this is an old car. No, maybe they steam clean the engine down real good because it had a hella oil leaks. But the first little couple of times you drive it, you're not gonna see that. But a trained eye, you know, is able to key in on those particular things. That's why it's like take your time. If it's especially if you're women, even some men, take someone that deals with vehicles, so they could kind of cut through all that spiel that they may be trying to run that fast game to get your money, because that's what it's really leading to. Like you said, Antonio, it's like they're leading to trying to get your money. So they're gonna say almost all the most beautiful words. Is never gonna be nothing bad. The only thing bad is, oh, you better act now. Somebody else was looking at this, and I wouldn't want to, have you miss out on the deal of the century. You should act now. You got the money right now, so hey, and the car's right here. Come on, let's make this happen. No, never bow to someone else's pressure. If anything, have the pressure vice versa. Like, hey, if you ain't with it, then you ain't with it. I can't force you to do it, but I'm not gonna waste my time, trying to convince you into doing anything. But the ones that push that pressure on you, they're usually the ones trying to hide something. Oh yeah, he said be done. Put Lucas in the car and shine it up, knowing you ain't got but 2 months on the car. Most definitely, yeah. Put that thick that thick oil in there, so you don't see the blow by or the rings that's burning blue smoke heavily out the tailpipe and all that kind of stuff. A lot of people ain't up on that. You know, it's so many because like I said, you could have a car and it looks real nice. It may not look like it has any damage or anything, but like far as the engine, far as like I said, the front end on it and things, it can have hella problems. Matter of fact, it could be a flood car. It could have a lot of electrical issues. They don't show up right away. Matter of fact, someone can have a computer, a little handheld computer erase all the codes that saying that the car is running wrong and everything. They won't pop up to a day later and stuff like that. That's what I'm talking about. When someone's trying to run that fast pressure on you, it's like I gotta break you right now. In their mind, they gotta break you right now. Because then when you come back later, they already got your money. So it's like, I got your money. I didn't give no guarantees to what was gonna go down. You're the one that willingly. Then it turns into something else. Then it's like, oh, think about it like this. It's like some dudes, they sell a female dream and like, oh yeah, I'm not like none of these other dudes, and they're all on that, and she finally falls for what he's saying, and she's seeing a little bit, he got something, maybe has a nice home, nice vehicle and things like that. But once he gets what he wants, and when I say what he wants, Moses is trying to let me see if I can hit that thing. Once he hits that thing, she tries to call him back or he tries to message him to, see when they can reconnect. And he's like, you know what? I was only in it to, get that thing. Once I did that, then I was straight. Or it could be on another level. Like, okay, once, I had her pay for, X amount of whatever I needed, then I don't really need her no more for anything else. It seemed like she was, kind of broke after helping me out. And, I need to get on to someone else that's really gonna put me in a position. So you got to be mindful, and that's why I think a lot of men and a lot of females be so guarded because it's like nobody wants to get took. They done been down a route of being took by someone that was moving in a way that seemed like they was on the up and up, but once time carried on a little bit longer, that's when their true selves was revealed. You said with cars, either you got to be a mechanic or a technician or find you a trusted one and just hit their hand for the time and service. Most definitely. And a lot of people don't like to do that. They think, oh no, I got this. I don't why I gotta pay him to help me out. No, I mean that's a good deed towards another person because they're actually helping you. It ain't like, okay, I'm paying them and I may not even get this car. Like you trying to be cheap. And when you trying to be cheap and cut corners, that's when shit don't fall in your favor. So like you said, I may not be savvy with a car. I know my uncle. He be really up on it. He's an ex mechanic. Used to have his own shop. You know, let me just take him along. Hey, why don't you ride with me? I'll break you off for coming with me and looking over things like I needed to be looked over. That's doing a solid. But being like, hey, why don't you come with me? Oh, why I gotta get? I know you was gonna do this, but why can't you just write? No, that's wrong. You got to go about things the right way. And if a person is, if you give them some money, this is what you expect out of them. You can't just kind of, okay, here's some money. Okay, come with me, and they ain't even. I thought you were gonna do this. Well, you didn't stipulate that to them. You got to always stipulate what you really want going into it, because some people may be like, no, and you got to honestly respect that. Like, oh, they don't want to do it. You can't get mad. You just got to be okay. Let me keep it pushing because I got to find someone that is gonna be able to help me out within this situation that I'm trying to do, trying to attain this car. Same goes with life. You have usually an older person that can put you up on something like, you know what, you know, the signs, what she's doing this type of thing. She's really not feeling you. She's actually putting you in the friend zone. She's just using you for dinner dates. It's females that do that. Like, oh, let's go to dinner. Let's let's go to that Red Lobster thing. Let's go to that Roof Chris or something like that. Let's go do some of that. You know, oh, I was thinking about having you over, but let's go do some of this. And they just starstruck. Oh, she looks so good. She looked fine. All her little partners is cool. Maybe I need to do that. This will put me closer into reeling her in. When really, she just looks at you as the dinner date. I ain't got shit in my refrigerator. Who can I call up to go eat something? Eat so I can shit later. A person will especially got tax time right. They got a irregular amount of money and don't think about what they doing right. They just think, oh, I got, I done did all this, I done claimed all these, these my kids, I done had all these kids and my man, I claim him as a dependent and everything. I'm gonna go get this Benz I just seen on Facebook auto market or whatever. And you go out there, just a regular person, and they got it all shined up, looking good, smelling good, and everything. They're goosing you up like, ooh yeah, you're gonna be real riding real nice. Look, oh look, the sunroof work. Oh, listen to the music. Don't the music sound good? Oh yeah, it's looking real nice. I can see you just having your way through the town in this, and they're getting real gassed up off it. But once that money trans transfers from your purse, your wallet to their hand, and the title and all that sign, it's a rapper. Mess around, take it. Oh wait, it's acting like this. You want to call them back like they the lot or something like. This thing's starting to stumble. It ain't even starting. Well, it was working for me. I don't know what you did when you pulled off, knowing damn well the whole time they knew it was having hella issues. and they done lost all damn near all their money. And now it's like, okay, you don't put all your money into this lemon. Now you ain't even got no money to really get some real transportation like you was intending to. So it really set you back. You out all your money, and you got this lemon that's costing you some more money. And that's how people need to critically think about this type of stuff. These situations happen like that. It's sad but true, you know. I look at it like this, a lot of those like what is it, motivational speakers, Tony Robinsons and stuff like that. They need uh people that will spend with their courses and things like that, because that's how they eat, you know. They got all the most magnificent words to say to you to get you to come up out your money so they can keep funding their lifestyle, you know. And the people that are not with it, you could be lower than the lowest of low. You know why? Because you're not funding what their business is. Their business is talking. Their business is convincing you to part with your money. To me, them are some of the most biggest cons. The motivational speakers, you got to watch how they talk. It's almost in they talk in a circle. Oh, we're gonna be great. We're gonna be doing all this, but essentially, you're paying him to be great. Especially if certain ones is, oh, for personal consultation. I charge this much money. You know, and you get all this knowledge, and you be inspired while you're fattening his pocket, and yours is getting that much more smaller. Yes, Don King too. That's a major one. Think about it. He done beat a lot of people out of different generations. From the Muhammad Ali's all the way up to the Mike Tyson and things like that. That man is living off of you know champions, what the champions really put down. And to me, a lot of people are, well, no one told them to go with these type of people. No, I mean, think about that. That they're essentially a leech. Leeches don't like you revealing, their leech qualities. They get upset. Oh, you're just hating. No, you're a leech. I mean, people got to understand what a leech does. Oh, this leech is cool. Let me put it on my skin. Well, what do you think the leech is gonna do once you pull it up off? Like, why is all this red stuff coming out? Because he's sucking your blood. That's how he lives. You know, million of dollars for talk game. Right. That's what it is. People get played all the time. They know it. And you got people not even on the what's the word I'm looking for? Not on the Tony Robbins level. You got some lower level ones that's playing people, in their demographics out of their money. You know, like I said, just identify that's how you understand that they're leech, they're con, they're slicks. They think they're outwitting you, but all it takes is a little bit of time of them to run their conversation, and you'll see that fast talking, that non-stop, non-break kind of talking. That's con. If you from the streets and not the sidewalk, you can see that. You said it's like how my antennas go up every time I see a quote unquote revenue retriever, but always on social media begging, talking about Cash App and doing deals. Right, right. It's like they'll do a little bit to pull you in, like, oh, I got a little bit of response from them. And then once they get to talking with them, it's like, oh, well, it starts, going around to, when you gonna, hit my hand on this or whatever. When you gonna hit my hand on that? Instead of, okay, let's network. Okay, you want to do this, I'm looking for this. I don't want nothing out of you. If anything, we can network and do something, but you're trying to essentially pull the firearm to me, like, give it up. I'm like, I ain't even at you like that. But, that's they look at everybody as a mark, not, okay, this person, could be actually, something, to help uplift me, direct me in whatever type of direction. No, they're looking at everybody as a mark. You could be played, you could be played, you could be played. Should I play my own mama if I'm doing bad enough? My own family members if I'm doing bad enough. Right, their cash up definitely be in a profile. This is how many you can hit me on PayPal. You can hit me on Vimeo. All these other little different ways to get money to them. Right. I mean, it's hard. Like I said, they'll run that reverse psychology on you. That's another thing you got to watch for. When they run that reverse psychology and try to flip it on you, like, oh, you just this, you're just that, because basically you're not letting me get my way. Or some of them become so they're at such a high status with doing this, they'll end up just be like, oh, let me just cut my losses because I don't want my flock to hear them challenging me and me being off my square with not being able to answer them. They'll just, oh, let me cut them off. Let me block them. Let me have. Matter of fact, when you see a lot of private pages, that be a major one where this motherfucker's a con or a shyster because they don't want to be challenged on whatever they're doing. Like someone could challenge me and say, oh, "Okay, Rick, this." I could have a conversation. I ain't gonna get all frustrated and shit because you know to them it's like I'm I'm essentially all the people that's following me. They're seeing this shit and they're gonna know that I'm fraudulent. So with that being said, let me just cut them off, and then after I cut them off, I could talk shit about, oh look, they were just trying to play me like this. We don't get down like that. No, they were asking you questions that I think any one of your flocks should be able to ask you. If you can't ask a certain question, then that means he's or she has something that is not within your favor that they don't want you to know about or to be revealed towards you. So I don't really believe this counter. How many people are actually in the chat? Because like I said, I don't believe this counter. I have to have 1,000 subscribers to go live. How this counter is saying it's only two. How is it only two if I have to have at least 1,000 and I'm have well over 1,000? That lets you know the limitation is real in 2019 going to 2020. So I see Choice, I see Antonio. Now I know we had James in earlier, and then we had Malik in, and then we had Freeman in. I don't know, but if nobody actually wants to call in or anything, I might wrap it up. I think I done said my piece, and I know y'all done kind of help me go through this a little bit by adding your input on this particular subject. But if we don't have any more, I'll wrap it up again early. So I'll give it some time, and hopefully, it's so crazy because it's like, man, I'm 39 minutes in, but no notification can be sent out. This is crazy. I'm still here. I'm just checking on some things real quick. Yeah, I think I'm about to go out. Hey, I enjoyed the little bit of time that I've been in here. It don't seem like I've really been saying nothing, but I'm about to go out. Oh, you still at work? Okay, okay, all right. That's respected. But I think 40 minutes is a good amount of time. I'll come in tomorrow again, hopefully, try another night and be more prosperous. Let me gotta do one more thing before I go out totally. Let me do that. And I'm glad that you came in.